going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel.
If you are new to our channel, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. And for everyone, we want you to go ahead and smash the like button.
That's right. Smash that like button, guys.
Based on the title, you can see that we wanted to share with you how we saved big on our wedding day. For those who don't know, we got married about a year and a month.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got married in 2019 and it's just over a year. And we know that weddings can be a pain, but don't nobody got time to be spending a bunch of money on one day. So we were looking for the best ways on how we can save.
That's right, guys. We're about that frugal life. Well, we try to be. So, we were looking for areas where we can save costs. And I know most of you, if you're looking at this video, you're probably looking for ways as well to cut costs on your wedding.
Okay, so first things first, guys. Location, location, location. Location is everything. So I'm from the Bahamas.
So I'm from Trinidad and most of my family are in Trinidad. So for us to have the wedding in either Trinidad and the Bahamas, it would have costed us, quite a lot of money.
Especially in the Bahamas, listen, if you want to break the bank, get married where you were born. Because I don't know about y'all, but Caribbean parents be doing the most, okay? My mom will be like, Kiva, you remember so-and-so? Yeah, this was your doctor when you was 2 years old. I want to invite him to your wedding, Like, no, mommy, nobody got time for that. And she already started to do that, by the way. I didn't even say where our wedding was going to be, and she already started telling people, oh yeah, you invited. She's like, Oprah, you get an invitation, you get an invitation, you get an invitation, y'all all get, no, mommy. So what we decided to do was get married in a neutral location. So we met here in Calgary in Canada. So we said, hey, let's just have the wedding here, and who was meant to be here will be here. They'll find a way to come and support us on our big day. And that's exactly what happened. I wouldn't have it any other way. So location played a major part. And we got married in a church, and then we had our reception at a Greek banquet hall.
Yeah, so, to save costs, for those of you who attend church, you can go to your church. I know some people have it at hotels and, different elaborate locations, and that's good for y'all. But we were trying to save on, on the pennies. So we had it at our church, which was a big money saver. And then we had... And
then our officiant, our pastor was free as well.
Oh, people pay for pastors?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, our pastor was free.
Our banquet hall. Now, here's the thing. I am a person who plans way in advance, okay? I'm that person. So we booked our venue for the reception basically a year before. I think it was in June. It was June, so about 13 months before the wedding. Now, when we had went to the hall, the good thing is they said they're going to renovate the floor. So they were stripping off flooring, putting in new flooring. It was a huge space. I'll just put a picture here so you can see how it looked. It was a huge space. And here's how God works. Pause, testimony time. Because I went in advance. The person was like, next month we were going to change our prices. So you got us right in time. Hallelujah. Can I get a witness?
Yeah, okay. It pays to plan early. I know Kiva, she would plan 10 years in advance if she could.
Yes, I would.
But it paid off. It paid off.
And another way that we actually saved for our wedding was the guest list. Now, I know a lot of people feel like they have to invite everybody to their wedding. But truth be told, for us, we just wanted people who were really riders. You got your ride or dies. That's who we wanted to our wedding. People who knew us, who cared about our well-being, and who wasn't just there to show off or see what we were wearing and to get their belly full. like no one with that intention was to our wedding. At least I don't think so.
Yeah, so that was a tough one, narrowing down that list, and I know a lot of you are gonna experience that, who to invite, and you don't want to step on toes, but if the people really care about you, and some people know if you have that close relationship or not, and the people who, feel some type of way, this it's life. You can't please everyone, so just do what's best for you in that situation.
Yeah, like I really didn't care.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's your wedding day, and you cannot afford to care about everyone's feelings on that day, because if that's the case, you're either gonna be miserable or broke, or both. So,
Yeah, real talk.
so you choose what you want to do. We had I would say it was a small intimate bed. Well, it wasn't that small. We had 150 on the list, and I think about 140 showed up. So, it was still intimate to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
So the guest list is so important. Narrow it down to say, okay, when was the last time that I speak to this person? Did I call special on that birthday? Did they call me on mine? There's so many ways to see if this person is actually valuable in your life. We have friends and we have associates, and not everybody who you call friend is your friend. You want to have people there who actually love and care about you, and who would do, basically anything for you. And that's what we had. If you felt the love in the room that day,
it was amazing. Yeah.
So the next way we saved for our wedding was flowers. Guys, I am that lady, that woman. I don't like flowers. And the reason why I don't like flowers, like, don't judge me. I don't like flowers because they cost too much and they're gonna die so quickly. I just don't see the point. I don't see the point in spending a bunch of money for flowers. So for our wedding, we opted out on the flowers, well, real flowers, and I got faux bouquets from Walmart and JJ's house. I can't remember the name of the website, I'll post it here. And my bouquet was beautiful. My bridesmaids, their flowers, they were simple, like no one's gonna remember, oh my gosh, the bridesmaids had such beautiful bouquets. Like, no one cares about that. And the flowers on the aisles, I got them from Walmart. And one of my friends, my close friends, Caroline, she's really good with decorating. She was able to transform those bad boys and make it look so beautiful. We got some little jewels from Amazon to add on to it, some hanging jewels, and it did its job. And I guarantee you that nobody remembered those flowers from that day. So why spend so much money for flowers that's gonna die, and for something that actually no one really cares about? So
So the next thing we saved on was music. In terms of finding a DJ, we met with a few different DJs just to see what would be in our price range. We only had a DJ for the reception as well.
so that's the way you can save.
Yeah, that's a way you can save. We had a wonderful friend of ours. Shout out to Dave, the master musician. He helped us out enormously on that day. That was amazing. He had someone play for us in the church, and then we had a little hiccup in the reception because our photography session lasted a little longer than usual. So what ended up happening was the band that they had ended up playing for about maybe an hour longer.
Well,
than
actually,
expected.
the reason why they played longer, and here's the thing, you guys have to be prepared for anything that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Our DJ, his computer crashed.
Yeah, there were some hiccups.
But like Dave, I didn't know. I had no idea. I would have been so upset, but they kept playing and I had no idea. And the singer that they had was amazing. But if you guys don't have friends or no friends who play really well or can give you a hookup, you can always shop around. Like you could look on Google. We have something over here in Canada called Kijiji. You could look around, shop around, and see what's needed. But for us, I don't think you should skip out on a DJ because you don't want the music to be trash at your wedding.
Yeah, you know, two things people remember at a wedding was the food
And the music.
and the music.
Exactly.
So if they can't have a good time, if they're not vibing with the music and the food's trash, then the whole day is it's just wrecked. Yeah, basically.
It's horrible. So another way we saved on that day was our clothing. Attire is everything. So most women in this day and age, we have our stuff saved on Pinterest, and we say, oh, when I get married, I want to have a dress like this. But I went in with a goal to spend a certain amount of money. And once again, I'm not ashamed to say this. He proposed to me in March on my birthday, and I bought my dress in May. So just 2 months after he proposed, I bought my wedding dress. And here's the thing. I got my wedding dress from this boutique that was downtown, and it was an off-the-rack dress. So the dress was originally $1,500, which was in my price range, but I got the dress for around $300, and my belt was like $200. So overall, I spent $500 on my dress. Okay, can I get an amen? And once again, it's because I went early. I got my dress a year and some before the wedding date. Now, was I afraid if I was going to put on weight? No, because even if I had to not eat for 3 weeks to fit in that dress, I would do what I had to do, okay? And was I afraid I was going to get fat? No. Because I knew I had a goal, I had to fit in the dress, right? So I got that early. And my veil. So my veil, shout out to, and please guys, don't be afraid to ask your friends. One of my friends, she kept her veil. Hi Keziah, thank you so much. It was a beautiful cathedral long veil that I wanted. And veils, I can't even remember the going price, but I'll put it up here, what's the average. And I was able to get that free. It was something borrowed. It was beautiful and it's exactly what I wanted. And I'm extra. So I wanted a crown on my wedding day. Yes, I said it, a crown. I got my crown from the same place where I got my faux bouquets, and it was $40. $40. And my crown, I still have it. It's so beautiful. I'm not gonna sell that thing. I'm gonna keep it for life. It's so beautiful. But for $40, yo, I cannot complain. And for my shoes, now I had shoes in my closet. So you don't have to spend a bunch of money on shoes because no one is going to see your feet anyway.
Depending on your dress.
Depending on your dress.
Yeah.
Like if you have a long dress, no one's going to see your feet. And I decided to get some Converse because I wanted to be comfortable. So I had Converse on the entire day. And I had no regrets. I was comfortable, was able to dance, have a good time. I didn't fall over walking down the aisle. Like that's something I was worried about, you know?
Yeah.
And for Adriel, his tux, we got that on Black Friday.
Yeah.
So November, and so that was a few months before the wedding.
Yeah, so you gotta know when to shop, guys. You know, we knew that the wedding was gonna be a year and a few months after I proposed. So it was March 2018 when I proposed. We knew the wedding was going to be July 2019. So we said, you know, when Black Friday comes around, we're gonna go shopping. You know, we're shopping for them deals. So we went out, we got the tux. We found a nice place, custom tux, for around $500. And we shopped around for some loafers. And we got a good deal on that as well. I can't recall the
Your bow tie was
exact
not
price.
expensive as well.
Yeah, bow tie. We've got the shirt that goes with the tux as well. Everything came in the package from that store we went to for around $500.
If you have a budget, stick to it. That's really how we were able to save big on our wedding. We stuck to our guns. Like, and we bargain. Don't take the final price. Like, if you're gonna go somewhere and say, hey, how much is this building? Oh, can we bargain for the, don't be afraid to bargain. And he taught me that, actually. I was like, oh, okay, that's not a bad price. And you could get it for, that's.
Yeah, you don't know unless you ask, because that's my motto, so.
So another way we were able to save was on photography and videography.
What's amazing is my mom had a friend who she works with who does photography. Her husband does photography, sorry. So my mom's a nurse, her co-worker's a nurse, but the husband does photography. So immediately we asked if they were available to meet. We sat down with them, we saw their work first and foremost, and it was amazing, absolutely amazing. And some of you might think, this is one area it's actually worth spending money on.
Yeah.
But we still like to save money. So we met with them, we saw their package that they had. They had engagement photos included in their package. They had a bunch of other stuff in there as well. And what they allowed us to do is that they allowed us to pay in monthly installments. So leading up to the wedding, we had already paid that off within like maybe 10 months. We had paid it off. So the total price was around $2,600 for photography. I know some people might be like, that's expensive, but to be honest.
That's Canadian, so the US conversion is this. So that's not even that bad.
Other photographers that we got quotes from, they were quoting around $3,300 minimum.
And up.
Yeah.
And up.
So
yeah, we really save big on that. But like he said, sometimes there's certain things that you shouldn't cheap out on, and I believe photography is one of them.
Absolutely.
Even though we were still looking for the best deal, look at the portfolios and see, okay, what is it that you want? And because photos last a lifetime, and you don't want to cheap out on photography and then get a crap job. You get what you pay for, but we still save though.
Yeah.
And then videography. This was something that I was back and forth with. Do we really need a videographer? Oh, pictures will suffice. But I'm really glad that we were able to get video. One of our friends from church actually recommended this couple, Craig and Rochelle, and they did an amazing job. I really feel like with our budget, they met our needs.
Absolutely,
and we were able to look back and just enjoy, like say, oh, that happened on that day. Oh, I didn't know this person's, it's like so much things that you miss. So I really suggest getting a videographer, and we were able to save, I would say, almost $1,000 on that. So shop around, see what you can get, look online, and bargain. Do not forget to bargain. That is your key.
That's the key word, guys. Bargain.
Another way we saved was our invitations and programs. Now, I really believe that both are very necessary, and if I had a chance to do it over again, I actually wouldn't really send out paper invitations or have paper programs, because we live in a digital world. You print these things out and they get thrown in the garbage. So but the way we saved for it was, I had a friend, hi Denise, she was able to design the programs and the invitations for us. And I went to, for the invitations, I just printed those off from Vistaprint. And then for the programs, so instead of having like a full page, we did little small pamphlets like this big, this wide. And we printed them off from Staples. How much was that again? I can't even remember. I think like $20. It wasn't even that much.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
And we cut it ourselves. And the thing is though, after the program, you just saw the programs on the ground, or like. Yeah,
it's just lying around. I'm sure a lot of family members would be more than willing to help you guys out as well. So don't forget to use, your family, your friends who are more than willing to help out.
Most definitely. And last but not least, food.
Yeah, this is I'll say one of the most important parts of your day.
This is our biggest purchase for our wedding.
Yeah.
Our food was more than the photography.
Yeah.
But the food was something that I was willing to pay a little extra for.
Yeah.
Because as we said earlier, we from the Caribbean. First of all, we like flavor, but our families, yo, they brutal, okay? I have my family that came from the States. My mom, she is a perfectionist visually, and her palate, she have a bougie palate, okay? So, we had to really make sure that our food was
on point.
Was on point.
Yeah.
So once again, and I really, this is the advantage of being in a church community.
Yeah.
There's so many different people that does so many different things, and one of our friends, Diane, she recommended someone that she knew from another church that actually did catering in the past and catered for our other friend's wedding, like way before we met them, but she still catered for their wedding, and people were still talking about their food up to this day, and they got married, I would say, almost 20 years ago. Yeah, so almost 20 years ago they got married, and people are still talking about their food to this day. So I'm like, okay, let's give this a try. Because we shopped around, and other catering companies, they were charging, I would say, about $7,000, and that didn't include like drinks and other things. So I'm like, and to be, like I said, a lot of times, and I've been to weddings where people spend so much money, and the food is trash. Like, it doesn't have no seasoning, and so we didn't want that. So we were able to find this person. We tasted her food. We did a taste test, so do a taste test.
Yeah.
And I was pleased. And I still thinking about those cauliflower wings that she did to this day.
Yeah, those were banging. And listen, we had vegans, we had vegetarians, we had, meat eaters. So we had a lot of people that we had to cater for, and not everyone can cook vegan, vegetarian food. Mm-hmm. So, with flavor, make sure you do that taste test. Mm-hmm. And, we were willing to, put a few extra dollars in there. I think we paid, I want to say around 5,000, give or take. And, drinks were included. We had appetizers, the main, and we got really good feedback from all our guests.
Yeah, people really, even the drinks, they really love the drinks. And we didn't have alcohol to our wedding, so that's another way that we saved big. And guys, like we said, this is what we did for our wedding day. Feel free to drop your comments below and say, okay, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask us. And if you like what you saw, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up, like we said earlier.
And if there's anything that we may have missed, feel free to put it in the comments as well, so that, anyone else who sees the video, they may be able to see and just apply what you may have done for your wedding. Every little helps, guys.
And don't forget that your wedding is just for one day.
One day, guys.
It goes by so fast.
Yep.
You don't remember half of it. It's a blur, to be honest. It's a blur. But the marriage is what lasts forever. So
that's right.
The time and effort you want to invest in your wedding, put that and invest in your marriage, because the marriage is what matters above all else.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you on the next video.